All right, guys, so for Friday's workout, we're going into our lower body strength portion. We are doing 5 sets of 1 at 85% of our 1 rep max. Give or take, if you haven't been squatting a whole bunch, take 90% of your 1 rep max and then 85% of your 90% of your 1 rep max. If that doesn't make sense, it'll be over here somewhere in the description or something, so don't worry about it. So for those squats, those are all working sets. So all 5 of those sets will be at that weight that you choose, which means take time, 10 to 12 minutes, to actually warm up. Get about 6 sets or so to warm up to that percentage first. So 6 warm-up sets and then 5 working sets at 85%. For those squats, you're gonna wanna make sure that you get your lats loose so you can get into a good front rack position, because it will be a lot of weight. You wanna make sure that you brace that midsection where you're getting into that squat, and then make sure that you stretch out those ankles so that you can really get down into that squat and keep that chest up and keep those elbows away from those knees. So you're just gonna have 1 rep. Make sure bar across the shoulders in a good front rack position. Brace, sit down into that squat, stay nice and upright, and then drive up out of that hold. You'll do that for 5 sets, and then you'll be done. And that's all I have for the iron portion of Friday's workout. See you guys at the build part. All right, guys, for the build portion of Friday's class, we're gonna get into our lower body movements with a little bit of core added in. Our movements for today are goblet squat, kettlebell swing, and then alternating V-up, jackknife V-up, whatever you want to call it. So we should already be pretty loose from our squats. So for our goblet squats, we are going to go into kettlebell in the front rack goblet. And then from here, you're just sitting down into that squat for 10 to 12 reps. For the performance version of this workout, we're going to go into overhead squats. So 1 dumbbell or kettlebell overhead squats. And where everything is still the same with the lower body portion of this, but you're going to have to lock out overhead and engage through the shoulders and the scaps as you press yourself down into that overhead squat. For the kettlebell swings or dumbbell swings, I'll use a kettlebell for today. You're going to load up those hamstrings and hips, and then still try to keep that core engaged here as you hinge back. So we're trying to focus on hinging, not a whole bunch of knee flexion here. So focus on pushing the hips back, pushing the kettlebell through the legs like we're snapping a football, and then drive it up, and we'll go overhead if you can, depending on your ceiling. So we'll go 12 to 15 kettlebell swings. Voila. Boom. And then your last movement is your alternating V-up. When you do your alternating V-up, just focus on making sure when you're flat on the ground, your legs and arms move together at the same time and come together at the top, back down at the same time, and then alternate each rep. And you'll do that for 20 reps. 3 sets, goblet squat, kettlebell swing, alternating V-ups, and then you're done. Make sure you stretch out your legs, midsection, hips, hamstrings, and then I'll see you guys on Saturday.